In the Philippines, it's very similar. The benefits are also withdrawn from the ATM service of the land bank unless other arrangements need to be made. For instance, in Siargao Island, there's no land bank branch. So to get the ATM money from Surigao City, they end up spending their whole monthly stipend. So now they have, now there's another arrangement for them in Siargao Island itself. And in the Philippines, the way that SP chose the beneficiaries, they're selected from first, the poorest provinces listed in the 2006 Family Income and Expenditure Survey. Then second, the poorest municipalities in those poorest provinces, according to the National Statistical Coordination Board's small area estimates of 2003. And in addition, 15 highly urbanized cities with large pockets of poverty. And fourth, results of a household survey where families are ranked according to their socioeconomic status through a proxy means test, like the way their house looks, what appliances they have, and so on. Now, in Brazil, upon entering the Bolsa Familia program, the family is committed to comply with conditions to keep children and adolescents of school age in school and to fulfill a vaccination schedule for children 0 to 6 years and prenatal and postnatal care for pregnant women and breastfeeding mothers. And that's very similar to our Pantawid Pamilya. In Brazil, however, the program has a capacity development component among the families. By means of separate but complementary actions from the 3 governmental levels, federal, state, and provincial. The single registry data, because they have only one master list, enables identification of the characteristics of the families, and it orients the delivery of public services according to their profile. And this contributes to their autonomy and emancipation. And President Lula told me, or the governor of Recife told me, that there are those who, in fact, a lot, have already graduated from that program. Some of these capacity building programs include literacy courses. Popular housing is what they call it. We call it social housing. Access to electric energy. Inclusion in banking or microcredit. And work and income opportunities, particularly in civil construction, which we call public works, in partnership with private companies, and for the 26 capitals and the federal district, tourism as well. And what they do first is to train the members of the beneficiary families for these occupations. And that is something that can enrich our Pantawid Pamilya program. In other words, and that's why I asked the several cabinet members to come and join us today, Pantawid Pamilya family should also have access to adult literacy courses. Who does this? Is it DepEd? Popular social housing under Pag-ibig for those who are members, and National Housing Authority for those who are not members of Pag-ibig. Microcredit through the Microsmed Council of Peter Fabula, I'm looking for him, and which is chaired by the Secretary of Trade and Industry, and training scholarship of TESDA for tourism skills for NCR and Central Philippines, and company-specified courses for the Luzon Urban Beltway, and construction skills for the rest of the country. And the DOE's Barangay Electrification Program should also form part of the Pantawid Pamilya. Now, by itself, even in Brazil, the Bolsa Familia is not a self-sufficient strategy to reduce poverty and inequality. It is, in fact, part of a broader social protection and promotion network in Brazil. Such should also be the case in the Philippines, which is why we asked Romy Neri to lead in putting this document together. The Brazilian National System on Food and Nutrition Security was also implemented by federal law in 2006. For our part, we also have a hunger mitigation program, coordinated by the National Nutrition Council, which is under the DOH's oversight. And the survey said that this program has been successful in bringing down hunger. But we can still improve in this program just a little bit more, as I said in my SONA last year, by having a massive school feeding program worth 10 pesos per child in our poorest and most food-poor provinces, namely Tawi-Tawi, Sambo Norte, Maguindanao, Apayao, Surigao del Norte and Sur, Dinagat, Lanao Sur, Northern Samar, Masbate, Abra, Misamis Occidental, Agusan Sur, and Kalinga. And we should make this hunger mitigation program also part of our integrated social welfare program. This integrated social welfare program should also include SSS and GSIS salary loans, health insurance, and scholarships, such as the One Town, One Scholar program. We are proud that aside from offering free basic education, college scholarship funds have doubled, while private high school scholarship funds have almost tripled to almost 700,000 slots this school year from less than 300,000 slots when we started in 2001. And since 2001, we have passed 9 very good laws protecting the most vulnerable members of our society, those who are the intended beneficiaries of our social services. This includes, as I mentioned, Knowledge Law on senior citizens, which we added to during our administration. What we mentioned earlier, the trafficking of persons, the Magna Carta for the disabled, the anti-violence against women and children. And now that the Integrated Social Welfare and Protection Program is underway, and that is what your meeting is all about, I have been meeting with teachers now and other educators. I have formed a task force for education composed of heads of public and private agencies. It was headed by Romy Neri when he was the head of CHED. Now it's headed by Father Bienvenido Nebres, president of Ateneo University. So Romy started the study also, and it includes business and professionals to get a first-hand look at the improvements we need to make. I've listened to what they have to say, and therefore, these fine public servants and stockholders, what they have to say. And I am glad that they have produced the Philippine Main Education Highway, which maps out the reforms and interventions needed to ensure that the Filipino families' investments are properly translated into best results. The successful completion of each stage of the education highway, early childhood, elementary school, high school, college or vocational and technical education, and for some, even postgraduate education, is a means to a productive and well-paying job and a good future. So these are the 2 programs that are really important for us to integrate. One is a social welfare and protection program, where although there are many departments involved, many agencies involved, we have asked Romy to put them together. First, an enumeration of what they're doing, and then and filling in the gaps and how to consolidate, now to be implemented, being implemented under the direction of the SWD. And second, the other integration is the integration of our educational system. So I thank everybody involved in putting together these 2 very important plans, and I wish the best to all those who are in charge of implementing our integrated social welfare and protection program. Maraming salamat and good luck to all of us. Thank you.